It appears that former President Donald Trump is too sleepy to do interviews. That's according to a campaign advisor speaking to producers at the Shade Report. Throwing a little bit of shade there. For weeks, Trump had been in talks to do an interview with the website, which hosted a sit down with Vice President Kamala Harris last week, who is actually doing media appearances now. However, after the conversation didn't seem to be going anywhere, a Trump advisor finally told producers that, the real reason, I guess, why he couldn't show up. He said that they said the presidential candidate was, quote, exhausted and refusing interviews. But that could change. Maybe after he has his nap and his bottle and all that, and then he can finally, get up and then do some interviews. He's eepy, everybody. Okay, just gotta give him nap time. All right, nap time for Donnie. He's so tired. Executive time. Now the advisor then suggested, of course, the Shade Report, which has many young black viewers and readers, a demographic Trump said he was interested in trying to court, should instead interview Waka Flocka Flame. Okay. Now, apparently he's voting for Trump, and that's probably because he's rich. Okay. So that said, immediately Trump's National Press Secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, denied this report to Politico, saying that the report was, quote, unequivocally false, and that the candidate has done media interviews every day this week.
Really?
Really? Okay. Okay, sure. Let's say he did one on Tuesday, which was a total disaster. Okay. Then he had 2 town halls, which I don't think quite counts as an interview. Again, town hall, right? And the reason is he wasn't fact checked in either of those. Okay. In a one-on-one sit down, it's going to be a little bit more contentious, right? But in one of the town halls, a Fox News town hall, specifically, the audience was packed with his own fans. Right. So, not exactly facing the hostile press here, or really any sort of pushback, other than, I guess, the most basic of basics, because he gets them wrong, or lies about them. In the meantime, Trump has canceled scheduled appearances this week with the CNBC show Squawk Box, and with NBC News senior business correspondent. And that's on top of dropping out of a scheduled interview with 60 Minutes earlier this month. And of course, no debate. Okay. Oh, yeah, I did so great in the first debate against Harris. She doesn't need a rematch. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. He even canceled an appearance at the NRA to give a keynote speech. Why are you canceling the NRA? What is going on here? That's really strange. Well, Republican Barbara Comstock seems to think that it's because his brain is decomposing. Now, here's what she posted on X. Quote, at a Catholic Charities event last night, a slurring, confused Trump was swearing in front of the priests, doing his Mean Girls revenge list, and showing his brain is circling the drain and decomposing by the hour, which is why his staff is canceling events. Then, according to New York Times journalist Maggie Haberman, Donald Trump had no sense of who he was in front of or who he was talking to when he made a shocking slur about his Democratic rival, Kamala Harris, during a recent dinner for billionaire donors in New York. Some of them are huge pro-Israel backers. And he starts trashing Jews who don't back him. He uses a slur to describe Kamala Harris's mental state. It goes on and on like this. And he seemed to have, it was as if he had no sense of who he was in front of or who he was talking to. It's like he's devoid of context. Well, he's devoid of something, right? Let's just say that. Or devoid of a lot of things. But here's what I think is going on. He can't handle tough interviews anymore. His brain's obviously not firing in on all cylinders, okay? His campaign team, I think, is trying to keep him in the bunker. Because when he's out of the bunker, he cuts off a Q&A early and starts a dance party, right? So, or he says nonsensical and often horrible things. So, I don't know, maybe it's really not Sleepy Don, but it's more of, we got to hide his mental state. Dementia Don. All right. And this is where my conspiracy mind comes into play, right? So I'm going to get my tinfoil hat on for this one, all right? Everyone around Trump knows that he's not going to last a full term, okay? He's a few fries short of a Happy Meal, all right? But that's okay, because they got J.D. Vance lined up. He's ready to go. Oh, interesting. So now J.D. Vance, remember, he's got all that Peter Thiel money, okay? And that's probably why his sons, Eric and Don Jr., were like, get this guy. Get J.D. Vance. Put him on the ticket. He's got the billionaire money. So the billionaires, they know, the donors know he's going to do the bidding of the donor class without all the baggage that Donald Trump has brought to the Republican Party. So I think they're just going to try to drag him over the finish line. And they're going to do so by trying to limit him to friendly outlets only. Okay. And they also believe that I think if he wins, he's going to degrade. Okay. It just even further. Okay. In real time until it gets to a point where J.D. Vance gets to 25th Amendment him. All right. That way, hey, oh, look, J.D. Vance, you get to save the Republican Party, become president of the United States, and the billionaires are going to breathe a sigh of relief now that Donald Trump is gone. And there it is. That's my conspiracy. I could see it happen. I could see, Vance making all the cases against Donald Trump disappear. Oh, but it's because he's too old. And he's just not mentally there anymore. So it's just, he's not in his right mind. So we can't prosecute him, obviously. So, we'll just drop it. And then, obviously, that's going to help him with the base being seen as remaining loyal to Trump and protecting him from the lawfare or whatever, while still, of course, being in a position to help enact all the terrible policies that he and his fans want to do. Again, just my conspiracy, right? Anything can happen at this point, but I do think it is funny. Now that Biden's out of the race, Donald Trump is the sleepy one. Sleepy Don. All the weaknesses that Joe Biden had got transferred over to Donald Trump. And I think that is just the irony of ironies. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe with the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.